Welcome to Teed Up Sports Podcast, your new go-to pod for sports, entertainment, culture, and humor. Today we talk about Kawhi and the Clippers, Summer League, and the MLB All Star Break. I'm Ty, and I'm teed up.
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are officially Los Angeles Clippers. This move happened at 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Nobody expected it. The Clippers traded Paul George to the Clippers to eventually make room in the salary for them. In return, the Thunder got a massive amount of picks: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and man, this was just such a surprising trade. Nobody expected it. I just woke up at like 6 a.m. and I had to wipe my eyes to literally believe what I was seeing. I mean, the Clippers have officially taken over Los Angeles. And Kawhi and PG, I mean, that's a super team to me.
Bold. That's because we said the Nets took over the Knicks.
But anyways, cool. So what are your guys' initial thoughts on this trade? And now that it's been settled in for about like 3 or 4 days, what are your thoughts now? Like, do you guys think that the Clippers are the title favorites, or favorites in the West at least?
As soon as the deal went down, I was on Twitter at like 2 a.m. As soon as it went, I saw the first tweet.
The
first bomb. Tweet. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, of all teams, he didn't choose the Lakers.
I mean, I knew he wasn't going to the Lakers.
And then to make it worse, I saw he was sneaking. He wasn't talking to nobody. He was like, "What?" He was like, "No one's gonna find out." And then he went and got PG. That's just insane. I do like it. It is a good team. The Clippers are gonna be amazing, but I'm rolling with my Lakers. So.
All right, so let's talk about another guy who's been kind of rumored recently. So once Paul George got traded from the Thunder, it's kind of just Westbrook, and there was a bunch of memes of Westbrook being alone. What was that show that he was on? He's like the empty room, looking around.
Fresh Prince.
They put Westbrook's head on Fresh Prince. Like, it was just they were doing him kind of dirty. But now the Thunder are rumored to trade him
to the Heat.
There's the Pistons apparently. There's a bunch of teams kind of inquiring about him. The Knicks somehow. I don't know if they have the room for him. But what are your guys' predictions? Do you guys think Russell Westbrook is going to leave the Thunder, or he's going to get traded? I think the Thunder kind of owe him one to trade him and let him move on with his career and do something else, because he's stuck. He's been stuck there now for like 3 years by himself, and this is like the cherry on top of all the bad shit that's happened to him.
Let's just say, let's get this out the way. He deserves it. Is what he gets, but we're not going to get into that. I would like to see him on Miami. I think that would be a good team.
What makes you say that he deserves it?
Because he's a stat pattern. You see, he plays with Paul George, bro. Him and Paul George. Let's not talk about that.
They were boys.
They were boys, yeah.
Like, Paul George kind of pulled a fast one on.
Like,
he pulled the "I'm out of here."
He pulled a KD without like the little sneaky shit.
Paul George's first tweet actually was, "Westbrook doesn't deserve any slander."
Yeah.
But he didn't even say thank you to Oklahoma or anything. He just said Westbrook does not deserve any slander. He quote tweeted about it or something. That's kind of respectful for him to like. Yeah, that's his first tweet after leaving Oklahoma.
Like, you just can't play with Westbrook. You guys don't think so?
I mean, a lot of players can't. Like, you got to be a real certain player to be able to play with Westbrook.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like,
even Jeremy Grant dipped.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. Even he dipped. I don't know. So like the Thunder are just like in complete rebuild mode.
He should definitely get out of there though. I mean, for
it's
his
kind of
career.
not his choice.
But
almost.
to wear though,
like
he
would be good. Him and Jimmy.
What are the Heat going to give the Thunder that they're going to be like, all right,
Bam,
we should
first round pick, Goran Dragic or something like that.
I mean,
maybe Tyler Hero.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. OKC, they're ready to like just rebuild. Yeah.
They just need to. They're better off getting rid of the contract and doing what the Knicks are doing right now, and just kind of taking on some bad contracts or something like that, and just give it 2-3 years, and you got Shai to build around. You got other guys. Just see how it goes. So let's talk about the East. So now that Kawhi is gone, the Raptors were kind of like stupefied. I'm sure they didn't expect that at all. It kind of looked like they were going to re-sign Kawhi for like, at least in the recent days before the news, because the Lakers weren't really making any progress. And it just seemed like, Kawhi's going to go back to the Raptors in like a 2-year deal or something. So what do you guys think about the Raptors and the rest of the East? Like, how is that going to shape up now that Kawhi is gone?
They still got Kyle Lowry.
Let's not forget that.
They're chilling.
Raptors, they lost Kawhi. They're kind of irrelevant. I won't say irrelevant. They got Siakam. Siakam's gonna run that team now, but how far?
I can say now that the Bucks run the East.
No, that's cap.
No, they do. They do.
The
Celtics?
Philly?
Oh, Phil? No,
he's
the
a
Bucks
Sixers
run the
fan,
East,
bro.
bro.
They don't run the East, bro.
Yes, they
How do they
run
not run the East?
How
They
are
run
they
the
East,
East,
bro?
bro.
So the Bucks are better than Philadelphia?
Yeah, by a
Yes.
mile.
That's
By a
cap.
mile.
They did lose.
That's
No, they're
mega
still
cap,
better.
bro.
We'll
They're
get
not better
into
than
The
that.
them.
Bucks are better than Philadelphia.
No, they're not, bro.
They're
How are they not?
Who,
How are they not?
how did Philly lost Jimmy Butler and added Horford, bro?
Alfred's a good player.
Enough said.
Philly,
Bro,
I got a team of big ass.
That's a
Bro,
fact. They get some
who
big
could shoot?
team.
Who could shoot the ball on Philly right now?
Josh Richardson.
Besides Josh Richardson. Besides him.
Al Horford. Tobias
You
Harris.
can't. You act like he's
Tobias
into
Harris?
pulling up threes all the
Tobias can
time and
shoot.
shit.
Bro,
Tobias
Al
can't
Horford
shoot.
can shoot.
I broke this down to Malik actually. So unless Ben could start shooting, it's literally going to be Ben, Embiid, and Horford in like literally out
the
like a
paint.
little bit
Horford
outside
can
the
shoot the
paint.
Playing like bully ball
He
and
can shoot the
shit.
He
ball.
can't space the floor like that.
We've seen him shoot
Nah,
the
we've
ball.
seen
He
him
can
We've seen him
the
shoot,
ball,
but he
yeah,
can't
but
space the floor like
shoot.
that.
He's not.
He
They're
doesn't,
not
need
gonna
to be, he
rely.
doesn't need to be in the paint to be effective.
Teams
No,
are
that's
gonna
true, but they're
let,
not gonna.
teams are gonna let him
So
shoot threes
Horford
over
can pull up with
Tobias.
the
He's not
cross,
gonna come up,
tween,
pull up,
snatch,
but
tween,
He
and then
said
shoot
He's
the
not-
ball.
he's not
He's a
doing
big
that.
man,
Shooting
not like that.
So,
But he's gonna catch the ball,
So-
come off a screen, pick and
so
pop.
who's
He'll
going to be
shoot
doing
it.
the tween catch shoot?
Richardson.
Josh Richardson. And Josh
Yeah.
Richardson is like,
Tobias
I like Josh
Harris,
Did
Richardson.
you see
but
that
come on,
sorry
man.
ass? Yeah.
Tobias Harris too. Like that's
Tobias
another shooter.
Harris.
Like,
Dude,
I don't know. He's
like
gonna
the
be a bigger
Celtics
point
might
of
be
the
better than the
offense.
Sixers, bro.
They
And that's
Bucks
saying
still
something.
run the East. I'm sure we
Bucks
can
are-
all agree on. Like besides you, we can all agree on that.
Well, Jarny, I know you're happy because the Lakers, even though they didn't get Kawhi, they still made like some decent moves. They got Danny Green on a 2-year contract, and they got DeMarcus Cousins for
Boogie.
basically nothing. What were your thoughts on those two moves? And I mean, it was kind of their second option, but they still made it. They still got some people.
As soon as Kawhi signed to the Clippers, I just knew we were going to get Boogie. I was just like, there's no way that LeBron would let that slide. And Danny Green is going to be a great addition to the team. I hear LeBron is going to be running point for most of the season. I like that a lot. It gives them a chance to really get something going. And if it doesn't work, hey, you can fix it up. But either way, I do see us competing for a championship this year.
I see a Lakers Clippers Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I see
definitely.
that.
100%.
I think Danny Green was a bad move because he got paid quite a bit. And me personally, like I'd rather have like JJ Redick or Trevor Ariza or something like that, and they kind of let those guys walk for really cheap, or even like Wesley Matthews. We saw Danny Green in the finals; he really wasn't even getting minutes. Like Fred VanVleet was getting significant minutes over him.
Yeah.
He couldn't really guard anybody; his threes weren't falling. So I think that's a bad move. It's worth taking a flyer though on DeMarcus Cousins because like
true.
you know if Boogie's 100%, he's obviously gonna be effective. I don't think he was 100% for most of the finals with the Warriors. So I don't know, decent moves by the Lakers. I wish they just got role players, but. You know, that's them. Who do you guys think that's some Lakers shit? Like, they're not going to do that. Now that, like, the NBA is basically set, I think the only person we're waiting for is, like, Marcus Morris at this point. So, nothing crazy.
And Melo. Let's not forget Melo.
Lakers might still snap.
Lakers gonna snag
never know.
Melo, bro.
I hope they do, because Melo's kind of sad right now. But who do you guys have as the updated title favorites? Ty, who you got?
I got the Clippers 100%. Like Clippers are going to the finals definitely, and then whoever they face in the East is not going to beat them. Like that's a crazy team. Like you got to look at that team from top to bottom.
Bucks.
Lou Will, Kawhi, Paul George, Harrell. Like, they're ridiculous. Like going for days. Landry Shamet. Like, they're
Landry
crazy.
Shamet's a beast.
Yeah, like,
he's
they're-
really a beast.
They're crazy. Pat Bev. Jesus Christ.
So, you riding with your Lakers?
I'm riding with the Lakers. I definitely see Lakers competing for a championship this year. It's just I don't see LeBron going outside this year.
No,
I don't
LeBron's
see
not
it.
gonna go outside. AD
might go
and
outside.
Boogie's gonna go outside.
If the
AD's
Clippers,
gonna play like 40, maybe 50
Oh,
games.
that sounds like cap.
Nah, AD
AD
AD's
really
gonna get
doesn't
hurt.
play
I see him
games.
play
AD's
most of the season.
AD
I don't
He's
know.
gonna get hurt. I think I have like a nice little load management for him. Probably like 60
Probably
games.
they're probably gonna rest him. All right,
Yeah,
well, AD. All
there's
right.
no back
Boogie's
to back. No
definitely
back to
going
backs.
outside.
No back to backs. And no be chill.
Yeah, I got the Bucks probably winning the title. So the East is like to me, it's like literally a cakewalk. Not one team stands a chance.
Jeez.
The Sixers are a good like team matchup wise against the Bucks, but let's keep it real. You're gonna put your trust in Ben Simmons and Embiid again. We saw that worked out since they came into the league. I'm gonna ride with Giannis. They're gonna make the finals. Now the West, whoever comes out the West is gonna be a tough opponent. But I feel like they're going to be a little battle-tested. Whoever comes out the West, they're going to have to play the Rockets, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, whoever it is, the Nuggets, the Blazers. They're probably going to get beat up over 3 rounds while the Bucks are just going to cakewalk. They're just going to walk in there healthy, rested. To me, they're the title favorite in my eyes.
You want to make a bet? You got the East and I got the West?
No.
He said no.
It's
No.
early.
a
We got to
cakewalk
see,
until that.
what
There's
happens
no
first.
chance the East wins next year. It's
I-
going to be the Lakers or the Clippers, hands down.
Well, I
Lakers or the
mean,
Clippers are taking
if
the
the
chip.
Bucks are playing
I
like
got
the Clippers
Clippers.
or something,
I
They're
got
going to
Clippers
lose,
over like
100%.
Malik, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Rockets, man.
Thank you. I want to see. Everyone is quiet about this team.
Yeah, it's about time.
Either. That's bad.
All right, I want to see the Rockets win. They're not gonna win, but I want to see them win. It's
Rockets
about time.
Are gonna lock up that 3rd or 4th seed. I don't know, bro.
It's about time the Rockets do something.
The
Warriors are finally out the way. 5th. Like, this is where
they're not completely out the way, but they're kind of out.
They're not. If they lose to the Warriors, if
again,
if they lose to them again, then I lose.
That's gonna be
all respect for the Rockets. Oh, not Harden, just the Rockets. But then again, they do have Chris Paul still. They are, but I don't want to believe it.
I got Rockets as the 6th seed.
They might get Westbrook.
I don't want to believe it though. I don't think they're done. Chris
They're
Paul's
still a good team. They beat everybody except the Warriors every year.
It's not that
but think about who they played though. You can't really say that.
The Jazz.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a real argument, but
they're still a good team. Like they're definitely competitive.
It's not like they're not a good team. It's just like everyone else is better.
That's true.
They might they could mess around and lose to the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs,
I don't want to see that.
We got the Nuggets,
Murray,
the Clippers, the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Rockets.
The Jazz are good again.
The Rockets could struggle to even get out the first round.
Second round, come on.
No, but think about all the good teams. You got the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers.
Bro,
I'm taking the Rockets over Nuggets.
They should beat the Warriors.
I'm taking the Rockets over every team except the Clippers.
They should beat the Jazz. I know they added Mike Conley and all that.
The Jazz is pretty crazy now.
They do, but they should beat the Jazz.
They whooped the Jazz. Like, it's not even like they just beat the Jazz. They whooped the Jazz past 2 years.
Yeah, they did the Jazz bad.
I mean, to me, the Rockets are just kind of underrated because, like I said, they've been dominating the league. They've always been like the 2nd or 3rd best team in the league. Now it's now that the Warriors are kind of dismantled without KD. To me, they should definitely be competitive.
Clay will
play.
He'll be back.
With the Clippers, it's only gonna be worse. You got Kawhi and Paul. You got to really think about the Kawhi and Paul. They're just like the best offensive duos.
They're gonna take a while to build
Jordan
chemistry.
And Scotty,
they were 4th last year. The Rockets.
Come on.
Yeah. The West got better, but
they're gonna be 6.
Chris Paul's getting older. That's my boy, but he was not looking good. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's looking bad for the Rockets.
So yeah, like I said, I'm going with the Clippers. like I said, Kawhi and PG, you just can't stop them. Like I said,
if the Rockets play the Warriors and Nuggets in the first round, they're gonna lose. I'm taking that.
Not the Nuggets.
I got
beat the Nuggets. The Rockets always beat the Nuggets, bro. Always. All right, let's talk about the summer league, though. This has been a pretty lit summer league. We're seeing a lot of great guys from college. We're seeing some former NBA players and some guys trying to prove themselves. The Pelicans-Knicks game, that was, I think, the first night of summer league. We saw Zion going head-to-head with R.J. Barrett. It was really cool. Then an earthquake hit, and the game got canceled in the late 3rd quarter. But Zion, that was his only game we saw in Summer League. He had that one steal and dunk off Kevin Knox, which I've been seeing on ESPN for the past 2 weeks. Zion's hype is incredible. Everyone wants to see him. He's playing really good. He looks efficient. He just can't shoot, though. He looks like a football player shooting, which is pretty funny. But Ty, talk about your Celtics. They've been kind of doing really good in the summer league.
We're undefeated right now in the summer league. We've got a lot of good people on our summer league team. Taco Fall, he's definitely
who cares about the summer league?
He's hey man, we're gonna take that summer league chip. You got Taco Fall. He's been
summer league chip.
Y'all are the 4 people in all of America that watches the summer league.
Crazy.
This is Vegas, so
you got
Vegas watching it.
Taco Fall, he's the most talked about player in the summer league right now. Everyone's shocked. Oh, we got a 7'7", 300-pound dude. He's doing his thing in there. I'm not too sold on him. I don't know how I feel about his speed, just his conditioning, his health, but he looks pretty good.
The Celtics dropped Yabusele.
Yeah,
probably to make room for Taco. So we might see Taco in the NBA.
I like what he was doing. I really like Carson Edwards.
7-foot dude.
That's
college.
Yeah, 7'7".
I rock with him just already. Don't even gotta know.
Yeah,
Carson Edwards. Yeah,
Carson Edwards. That boy's going crazy. He's a buster. He's hitting those threes. He's going crazy. The last game I think he was might have been the game before. I'm not too sure. He was 4 for 5 from the 3. He's crazy. I don't really. We play the Grizzlies tonight. That's gonna be a good game. I don't know. I got the Celtics winning the summer league chip. Simple as that. Yeah.
Who are summer league chip?
You said that like it was an NBA ring.
Yeah,
it's close,
bro.
Who are some standout rookies for you guys? Who are you guys been keeping an eye on?
Kobe White.
That's been balling out.
I don't want to say it, but Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero has been balling, averaging 20 points in the summer league.
Nah, he's been bugging out. I didn't think he was like that. Max, I still don't think he's a bucket.
He's a bucket.
Max put him on the bucket list with KD and Kawhi. Let's relax with that. He's a rookie, but he's been balling out.
But yeah, Tyler Hero, the Heat are 3-1. They lost to the Timberwolves yesterday. Close game. Timberwolves have some NBA players though, so it's not that bad of a loss. But the Heat, they've been playing incredible. Terrence Mann, Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn is playing phenomenal. Tyler Hero is hella good. It's just a really good team, man. And Tyler Hero has just been proving everybody wrong. He kind of got underdrafted, I think, because he's been playing a lot better than some of the higher picks that we've been seeing. I just really like Tyler Hero. And also, I want to give a shout-out to Ignas Brazdeikis, the second-round pick for the Knicks. He's been playing pretty good. I hated on him in college. He was at Michigan.
What's his name?
Ignas Brazdeikis, bro.
What position is he?
He's like a small forward, power forward.
What school? I never.
Michigan. He's a second-round pick, bro. He was in Michigan, and he's playing pretty good. He's been playing just as good as R.J. Barrett for most of the games.
That's bad.
He could shoot efficiently.
R.J. Barrett, I feel like he's been underperforming. I think he should be doing better right now in the Summer League. He did good the last game.
And the game before that, he had a double-double.
Yeah, he definitely did, but it was like inefficient.
We still talking about the Summer
game
League,
too.
Next topic.
Inefficient game. He was like 6 for 17 that game. 6 for 14.
He's
I don't know. I think he's gonna get into his groove soon, though. I like RJ Barrett. I don't like what I'm seeing so far, but I know what he's capable of. So we'll see.
RJ, he's gonna, they're gonna play like the Summer League playoffs now, and that's like the best teams because there's a lot of teams that are just straight up garbage that we don't even need to talk about, like the Lakers. But let's see what RJ Barrett's made of in the Summer League consolation round, aka the Summer League playoffs. Huh?
Jeez.
Nah, I hope the Knicks play the Celtics. Just that would be so fun.
Man.
Kevin Knox will be balling out on y'all heads. Anyways, let's get into the
Next topic
MLB.
is high school volleyball. Y'all been following that shit?
Let's get into the MLB, though. We're at the All Star Break. Today is the first day back from baseball. We got the Astros and Rangers tonight, and it's just kind of like a ESPN game. All the other games are on tomorrow.
Let's go, baby.
But let's talk about the Home Run Derby first, and then we'll get into the All Star game. The Home Run Derby was pretty incredible. I didn't watch all of it, but we had a finals between Vlad Jr. and Pete Alonso, two rookies. Absolutely incredible. Will, what were your thoughts on the Home Run Derby?
The Home Run Derby was lit. The Home Run Derby was dope. Vlad came out. You didn't watch it. You missed out.
I missed out. He had like
Vlad came out, went nuts, went crazy. Now he broke all the records, but you have to mention that they added this 30-second thing, and like most of the people that had the records was before the 30-second thing. I think it's like a 2 or 3 year thing that they've had that for. But even without that, he was going nuts. Like he's just built for home runs. Like that's his normal swing. You could hear him grunting and stuff. Like he was trying a little harder, but like that's his normal swing. Like he hits home runs or hits nothing. So he was pimping them, and I don't remember who he played first round. Bregman maybe, I don't remember, but he dropped like 29. He dropped 29 the first round.
I think Chapman.
Yeah,
Matt Chapman.
Yeah, whoever it was had absolutely no chance. He went first every round too. All 3 rounds Vlad Jr. went first, so it was like the dude coming up after them was just had no hope. And then he beat him, and then the next round was Jock Peterson, which was hands down the main event of the night. It was
triple overtime, right?
Dude, I was rooting for Jock so hard, just cause not even because like we had him, but we had like a little side bet, like draft thing, but Jock was going nuts, like this little dude, this little skinny dude versus this behemoth. And he was hanging with him, bro. He got him.
Thick, bro.
He got him, and they both got to 29 or 28, and no, they both got to 29, and they thought that Jock hit 30, like the way they were counting it, and the announcers even said like, "Yo, the scoreboard is off. He actually hit 30. He won." And they were like, "Oh, wait a second. Actually, he hit 29." They ended up going to OT, double OT. And then that was like a 3-swing off. Jock was ahead. He had like one more shot, and if he hit a home run, he won. He grounded out or whatever. And it went 3 overtimes, and then Vlad won by 1. But Pete Alonso, who won the whole thing.
Mets rookie.
Dude, first round, he sucked. He was terrible. And he squeaked by 1 run, at 1 home run at the end. Right? Second round, he did better. He caught a little groove like towards the end, and he beat him with like a decent amount of time left. But he only hit 19 or 18. So the first round was like 12. The second round was 18. But Vlad had like 29 and 37 or 40 in the second. And Vlad was just dead. He beat him.
He was exhausted.
Yeah, he was.
Saw a little bit
dude,
of that.
Jock was sweating bullets in the second round. My man could not hang. And then he was dead for the third round, and Pete Alonso was basically just catching his groove, and it just worked out. Like, in the third round, if they had time to rest, Vlad, and they redid, like, the lines, Vlad would be the favorite by a mile.
Yeah.
But he was dead. Pete Alonso was, like, on an upward spiral and Vlad was on a downward, and it just worked out to where Pete Alonso beat him. And he actually beat him and set the record with like a minute 30 left.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't even go. He didn't even keep going. He had like 23. I think Stanton was the last one. He had 20.
Well, Pete Alonso, with how bad the Mets have been this season, he's kind of been the only star. And he made the All-Star game with Jeff McNeil, but, I mean, that's like the Mets championship right there because the Mets have been abysmal, but Pete Alonso kind of been a star. They call him the Polar Bear because he's, like, big white guy, so Polar Bear is, like, easy nickname.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the All-Star game. The All-Star game was pretty interesting. AL versus NL, obviously. We saw a lot of phenomenal pitching, a lot of great at-bats. Final score, the AL won 4-3, which makes sense. But the All-Star Game MVP was Shane Bieber.
That was...
Which was like highway robbery.
That's
they
crazy.
just gave it to him for absolutely no reason. So he pitched 3 strikeouts, 1 inning. That was kind of it. But Joey Gallo hit the go-ahead home run, and he didn't win the MVP. And then Chapman closed the game with 3 strikeouts. He didn't win the MVP.
Yeah, he did the exact same thing.
Yeah, so I guess they were just, a little bit of home bias for the Indians fans, but All-Star game was interesting. But now that it's the second half of baseball, Will, what are some teams you're keeping an eye out on?
I think Rays. I don't like Rays no more. I used to like Rays. Their pitching's great, but they don't hit like they used to. I like Yankees are gonna keep on going. They're gonna keep exploding. They're getting dudes back. What's the deal on Betances?
Betances and Sevy are both like question marks until like at least September, which is late.
Rough.
So
that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. But Herman's back. He pitches tomorrow. I'm ready to see that.
Good.
I'm actually gonna bet like at least $2,000 on the Yankees tomorrow. 2,000 or 3,000. I haven't decided.
Yankees
yet.
lock tomorrow?
Yeah, not for real.
locks tomorrow, yeah.
Oh.
They can't lose. It's impossible. The line hasn't came out. When it comes out, it's going to be like minus 280, minus 290. It's my prediction, but 3,000 on the Yankees tomorrow. I also like the Nationals tomorrow. I think they got Strasburg pitching versus
Pivetta.
Yeah.
Pivetta for Phillies. I like Pivetta a little bit. He's like
he's good.
He's decent.
He's
Yeah,
good,
exactly.
but I like.
Let's go Baltimore.
I like
Baltimore.
Let's go Baltimore.
The Orioles.
Yeah.
The Orioles fan.
All right,
I
that's
like the
cool.
Wire.
That's cool, I guess. But the Orioles gonna lose tomorrow.
I guess I like the Wire.
Some team I'm looking out for in the second half, I'd like the Chicago Cubs to eventually run away with this division. So right now, the NL Central is really neck and neck. The Cubs, the Brewers, the Pirates, the Reds, they're all like literally all next to each other. Even the Cardinals, I think they're all within 5 games of each other. So that's going to be an absolute dogfight. But I expect the Cubs to eventually start pulling away. So the beginning half of the season, this whole first half, they've been pretty abysmal with runners in scoring position, and their pitching has been absolutely terrible. But Joe Madden, Theo Epstein, the owner, they've been really kind of getting on the case of this team has to get better or moves are going to be made. And I think really they're going to flip a switch somehow. They've kind of been meh since they've won the World Series. But this team just has too much talent. The pitching is there. Even though they have guys like Yu Darvish who, you tend to think suck, these guys can still pitch. These guys have pitched in World Series. We're talking about guys like Cole Hamels, veterans, John Lester. I think this team is going to really flip the switch in the second half. They might go on a hot streak that'll maybe a 11 wins, 3 losses, something like that, to really pull away with the Central. The Brewers, they have a negative run differential right now. They have absolutely no starting pitching. They're just relying on the bats, and it's kind of a bad place to be in baseball. You don't want to be relying on them. And then the Reds, the Cardinals, the Pirates, those teams are good, just not good enough. So I really think the Cubs are going to pull away in the second half. Like Will said, I think the Yankees are going to keep doing their thing. They're probably going to add a pitcher.
I think the Braves keep doing their thing.
Braves are a good team too.
I think the Red Sox
bounce
bounce back a little bit. I don't think they're not gonna touch nothing like last year. They're not gonna turn back into that team, but
they can make the wild card.
Yeah.
They need a little run, but they can make the
they'll
wild
hit
card
some
easily.
wild card type of thing. I think the Red Sox can pass the Rays.
Yeah, me too. I think so too, because I don't like the Rays. I never liked the Rays to begin with. I never thought they were that good of a team.
Yeah, their pitching's phenomenal.
I think the Oakland Athletics are another team you need to watch out for because their pitching all year has been on and off. Guys have been injured, and then they've been coming back, and this and that. Their batting lineup has been on and off with injuries and stuff like that, but now they're really finally kind of healthy, kind of putting it together. They got Matt Chapman 100%. Pretty much everyone is just finally coming back into form. Their bullpen, they've really had struggles with Blake Trinan and Lou Trevino, which is their 2 shutdown relievers, their 8 and 9 guys. And they were struggling in the beginning of the year, and that caused them a lot of losses because they were putting their trust in them. But before the All Star break, they've started finally finding their form.
Yeah.
I think they're 8 or 9 games over 500 right now. So I'd expect them to maybe not, beat the Astros out or anything like that. But I think the Athletics and the Red Sox, I see that as the wild card game right now. And the Athletics, Red Sox, Yankees, Cubs, those are all teams you should watch out for in the second half.
I like the Rangers. They got good bats. If their pitchers come back to where they all were once, they're gonna be dominant. But I like the Athletics too. I think we could see like something like last year, where they went on that crazy run towards the end of the year. I think it's shaping up to do this similar thing this year.
Will, what's one of your who do you think's gonna win it all basically? Who would be your title favorite right now?
I don't know. I think the Dodgers come out of the NL, and either the Astros pitching is just too deep, but the Yankees bats, I don't know. It's between Yanks and Astros for AL, and then Dodgers just seems like the clear favorite for NL. Their batting is phenomenal. Their pitching is like the deepest in the league right now. Their starting pitching. It's just, I'd probably say, I don't know. I think that's definitely the matchup. I don't know who takes it out of those 3 teams.
I would say the Yankees are they're definitely my World Series favorite right now. Just too elite at literally every aspect. Defense, offense, they hit home runs, they put balls in play.
It's just their pitching, but it's always been.
Their pitching is a question mark, but they still have guys like Tanaka. I expect Paxton to sort of be better. He's actually been very good outside of the first inning. So if the Yankees start implementing an opener for him, or if he just figures it out, he's actually had a 2.04 ERA after the first inning in all his starts this year, which is pretty crazy to think about. So he's technically been an ace after the first inning.
Hasn't Chad Green been doing good as the opener?
Chad Green's been doing good as an opener. He kind of sucks as a reliever though, which is
honestly
funny to think about.
Yanks been having some weird bullpen issues lately now. With
a little
Holder
bit.
was kind of off.
Holder's in the minor leagues
Conley is. Canley, however you pronounce it, he's off.
Iffy.
I don't like him.
They'll figure it out. I mean, the Yankees are they're too elite, and even the games that they dropped versus the Rays before the All Star break, I wouldn't worry about it.
I think it's too early to say for anything, but it all depends on who catches fire, towards October.
Yeah,
that's always what it depends on. So if Yanks, happen to get Betances and Severino back, then all of a sudden, start piecing things together, and they're still hot bats-wise, they're the favorite.
I think they expect Betances back. Severino is a real question mark, though, because he hasn't even been throwing. Betances has at least been throwing and working towards coming back. And the Severino has just been a major question mark. But yeah, and then with the NL, the Dodgers are the best team. I think really if you put the Braves against the Dodgers, that's competitive. I mean, if it's a 7-game series, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Cubs, I expect the Cubs to really come out strong and maybe make some noise. They might be a team that the Dodgers fear.
Yeah, there's no reason the Cubs record should be how it is.
And then in terms of the wild card, might be a team like the Rockies or something. I don't expect them to make any significant noise, or maybe the Brewers. I don't expect those teams to beat the Dodgers at all. But, it's baseball. Anything could really happen if a team gets hot or if a pitcher starts lighting things up. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But let's get into our best bets. We don't really have any bets for today. Unless you're going to take the Yankees for tomorrow?
No, well, that's too easy, though.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
not
too easy.
terrible.
I'll take the Nationals. The Nationals line is out -140. Yankees are going to be -300, so I don't want to take that.
A fact.
And I also like the Braves tomorrow.
I do like the Braves tomorrow.
So I'm thinking I'm going to put both of those out there.
All right. So
And we'll put the Yankees too, so I could be 4-0 because Kyle Lowry got those assists last time.
He did.
I just want to point that shit out.
Sheesh.
It was over 5.5 or something dumb,
yeah.
and he dropped 10 and 20 something. Don't play him, man.
You really gave him his best game.
Don't play him.
His
crazy,
lifetime
man.
best game, which is crazy.
He performs when it's on the line, bro.
All right,
That's what he's always done.
For the rest of our bets, Jarny is 4-3. He hasn't been betting. Jarny's he's 1 game over 500. He's gonna live with that for the rest of his life. Ty's 10-6.
Football season, I got yo,
Yeah,
baby.
once
I
football
got
season
yo.
Jarny
When I'm
always comes
telling
in
you-
last.
Take Celtics
I'm
tonight,
telling you
-105.
right now.
That's your bet?
Grizzlies.
That's your bet?
That's the bet.
All right, Ty's
Money
10-6.
Podcast. Listen up. Once it comes down to football season, put your money in
He's gonna
my
take
hands.
pads
and
every
I'll
week.
make-
That's
Do
it.
not
No,
podcast fans. Do not.
Oh,
Put your
yeah.
money-
No,
Yo,
fade
y'all
Jarny.
Put your money in my hand and we'll go to the upper level,
Listen,
baby.
I
I'm
just
telling
want
you.
to put this out there for the podcast listeners. last year, for the majority of the year, we had a Twitter account called Jarny Fades, where we would ask,
betting against someone.
Yeah. I think they know that.
Yeah, maybe
but
not.
If you don't know it, it's betting the opposite of someone. So we would ask Jarny every day what he bet, who he likes between two teams. He would pick, and we would post the opposite. We went on one of the hottest runs in gambling history.
14-4. We started off 7-0. So Jarny lost 7 times in a row.
In NFL. This is NFL.
Then he started fading himself.
Then he started fading himself.
That wasn't.
Was
it
started
the
fading
NFL?
himself.
No, it was basketball.
I think
We were
it
like
was
Sixers or
basketball.
Heat, and you're like, oh, Heat, or like
Nah,
some
you
weird
didn't even
shit.
believe it.
I think
You
it was
didn't believe
basketball. It was definitely
it was
basketball.
basketball. We were like Sixers or some team, and you chose other
I
teams.
knew
started
Jarny
with football.
Yeah,
I know
we started
Jarny
with
started
football.
fading himself because I said Mets or some random baseball team, and there's no way Jarny would know anything about the random baseball team. So
Like
he
the
had to
Reds.
pick
It was
Mets.
like the Reds.
It was
It was
the Mets or the Rockies, and I said
Oh, yeah,
Rockies.
he took Rockies.
I said
Yeah.
You had no
Rockies.
business
I
picking
said
the Rockies,
Rockies because I used to have a Rockies fitted, and I was like, all right, I'll just go with the Rockies. I ended up being right. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
that was annoying because I knew you know the Mets, bro. All right, I'm 12-6 though right now. My bet for tomorrow is going to be the Braves as well. They have Dallas Keuchel versus Lambert, right, for the Padres.
Yeah.
The Dallas Keuchel is an iffy pitcher, but I really don't like the Padres at all. Their run differential is -36. They're very good against certain teams, like they're good at home and things like that.
Lamb.
That's the same dude. Padres bullpen is pretty abysmal. The Braves are coming off the All Star break. Keuchel with some extra time. I'm sure he got some reps in. I expect him. So he's been mediocre thus far, but I expect him to actually have a really good performance because the Padres are kind of an overachieving team. Their run differential and a lot of their stats suggest that they should be a lot worse. They're actually a pretty bad batting average team, bad home run team, which has been Keuchel's weakness right now. So this is going to be a good game for Keuchel. He finally got that break he needed over the All-Star break. He's going to get, repair himself.
He's probably recovering from the juice cycles from the Astros right now. He's coming back to form.
And the Padres are throwing out Lambert, who's subpar at best, versus a really good Braves lineup. So I would take the Braves tomorrow. Don't put the house on it. Just, first couple games after the All-Star break are usually tricky in baseball because teams are kind of, recovering from their weekend in Costa Rica and stuff like that. So, we're going to have to see. And Malik, you're 9-5. What you got? You got anything or no?
No.
Malik
Nothing
taking this
today.
one off.
Nothing.
All right.
Malik got the Orioles tomorrow.
I like them, but I don't know if I like them that much.
Right.
I like the Wire. Fuck it.
Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, at TU Sports Pod. Also, follow us on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts so you could check in at any given time. As always, you could DM us and message us questions and we to appear on the next podcast on our Q&A. We're going to start doing this in full effect because now that basketball season and trade rumors and whatnot are basically over, we're not going to have a lot to talk about. So, we might even be doing some phone-ins if you want to call up our number. We'll talk about that, though, on our social media, so be sure to follow us. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, I'm Brock, and I'm out.
I'm Leak, and I'm out.
I'm Ty, and I'm out.
I'm Jarny. We're everywhere and we're anywhere, and I'm out.
And I just want to add one thing to leave y'all off with 7-Eleven doing free Slurpees. Jarny put us on.
It's not even a 7-Eleven near us, though.
Yeah,
Norwalk.
Norwalk. We out, baby.
Yep.
As soon as this podcast over. We out.
No, Jarny's so
Yo.
fat. That's literally the most Jarny
And
thing
we
ever.
out.
We out. We out.